What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing good. I am Anthony K. Thomas, and welcome to Wrestling with Rumors. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate all of you for joining me here today on Wrestling with Rumors. Before I get into it, each rumor that I read on here is exactly what they are. They are rumors until they are proven fact or we see it actually happening on TV. They remain what they are. They remain rumors that we can speculate as wildly as we want with them. So with that, let's get into it. So, a report from PW Insider Elite claims that WWE Evolution 2 will now take place on July 12th in Atlanta. That's the date of AEW in Texas. Insider says a Saturday night's main event will also tape that same weekend. For what it's worth, Reddit's Kermit125, who's been right regularly in the past, says Evolution 2 will be on Sunday, July 13th. None of Sean Ross Sapp's sources on the roster have heard anything about Evolution 2. Sapp mentioned that during a Fightful Select Q&A, adding that he's been unable to get anyone at the company to talk about the all-women show, despite it being something he's following up on a lot. And a Fanatics job listing for WWE Retail Event Associate, Evolution Atlanta, also made the rounds on social media as evident Evolution 2 is coming to Georgia's capital, but the listing doesn't mention dates. So with all three of these, it really feels like Evolution 2 is actually going to happen, but we haven't heard anything about it. WWE hasn't said a word. They've been keeping it hush-hush, very quiet. All we've been getting is a rumor here and a rumor there, speculation here, speculation there about Evolution 2. All I can say about it, as I keep reading about these and sharing them with all of you, is that I am excited if this actually happens. I'm looking forward to if this gets announced. And when you think of what the women's roster looks like today in WWE, from NXT to Raw to SmackDown, it'll be one hell of an event. It'll be a good time. It'll give a chance for all the women across all three brands to shine a lot brighter and have something that is just for them and get the kind of time that all the women usually do not get on either shows or on either PLEs. So I'm excited if this actually gets announced, and all I can do and all any of us can really do is listen to the rumors and speculate wildly about it and hope that it actually happens and wait and see if or when it gets announced. On Wrestling Observer Radio, they noted it's possible the WWE draft could happen during Memorial Day weekend takeover of Tampa, Florida. It's not set in stone, but Brian Alvarez said it's very likely during that time. So if this actually happens, we should be hearing about it as soon as Monday on Raw, or on Friday Night SmackDown. We should be hearing about it. We should be hearing about it sometime this week on either Raw or SmackDown, if it actually happens, or even at Saturday night's main event. We could even hear about the WWE draft happening on either Raw, SmackDown, or at Saturday night's main event itself. We'll have to wait and see it happens. I'm staying put on what I said on a few episodes ago for Wrestling with Rumors, which is sometime in September or maybe October as we get into the fall. I feel like is where I feel like the draft will happen. I know that's a while out, and if it gets announced during Memorial Day weekend, we get into and it's gonna happen sooner. That is great, but I'm staying put on beginning or going into fall. September, October is where I feel like the draft will probably happen. But I could be wrong. You never know. We're all speculating on it. So we'll just wait and see. While PW Insider Elite says WWE doesn't plan to revisit the John Cena CM Punk rivalry at the event where they had their most famous match, which was Money in the Bank, they do want to do Punk versus Cena at some point this year when the timing is right. I mean, right now, Punk is currently locked in with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins and that whole rivalry thing. Saturday night's main event is going to be CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I feel like what's going on now is going to take us into the summer. We're going to go into the summer with this still going on. So I feel like Punk and Cena could be a thing that could possibly happen at Clash of the Castle in Paris, or it could be a thing that happens is sometime in the fall. Yeah, so either Clash at the Castle in Paris, or even probably something into the fall. Around there is possibly when that could happen. WrestleVotes heard that WWE is planning to run multiple live events in Mexico in the near future, all centered around a featured Super Show Mexico event. If this actually happens, this is great news. WWE is no stranger to doing events in Mexico, but now that they have acquired AAA, they have a little bit more. There's more room for them to maneuver in as far as what shows can look like in Mexico for WWE. But that, to be able to watch something like that, a big Super Show in Mexico event kind of thing, that'd be really cool to see. And if they end up showing it on Peacock, I'm down to watch. Sounds like a good time. But we'll just see if that actually happens. Before I go, two things that I just want to touch on real quick. First thing I want to talk about is tribalism. Most importantly, tribalism in professional wrestling. So first off, let me read this definition for tribalism, and that is customs and beliefs of tribe life. Strong loyalty to one's own tribe, party, or group. Now, tribalism in professional wrestling is negative, is toxic, is a cancer on pro wrestling. Now, we are in an era of professional wrestling in 2025 where professional wrestling is bigger than it's ever been before. And there is so much room to maneuver and to be a fan of more than one professional wrestling company. If you're someone that likes multiple companies, that's great. You know, if you say you're a fan of professional wrestling and you like multiple companies, awesome. If you're a fan of professional wrestling and you like one or two, that is good. If you're a if you're a fan of professional wrestling, you only like one, you're still a professional wrestling fan. There's nothing bad about liking one company and that's all you watch. If that's everything you want in that bubble, then there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to tribalism in professional wrestling, and especially when pro wrestlers feed into the fire that is tribalism in professional wrestling, it does not help. It only makes it worse. And when you look at someone like Will Ospreay, who has constantly fed into the flames that is tribalism in professional wrestling, I mean, it's been more evident that he has a hatred for WWE, and especially for someone who's never wrestled for WWE, he has very strong feelings and hatred for that company. What is behind that hatred? whether it's stories that he's heard in the past about WWE. That's what they are. There are stories in the past. What has happened in the past with certain people is probably something that's not happening now. I can't be sure about that. But to really have hatred for it and to just constantly talk about it, even when especially when it's like he waits to be asked about it because he knows he's going to be asked about it. And when he does, he just lets it out every time. And to say that AEW is better than WWE, that's one person's opinion. And he's entitled to that opinion, to his opinion. But I think he's wrong. And I'm not saying he's wrong because I think WWE is better than AEW. I don't think one company is better than the other. I think each company is doing what they are supposed to do. And that is to entertain the fans and put on great shows that fans sit down and watch and cheer and boo and scream and go crazy and have fun and be shocked and surprised when they didn't see something happen or someone returns or someone debuts. It's all about having a good time. And tribalism in professional wrestling, especially if you're a pro wrestler who feeds into the tribalism, if you're someone like Will Ospreay or even someone like Ricochet, and especially like someone like Ricochet who has been with WWE and who has won championships, who has won countless championships and had opportunities and had great matches and Royal Rumbles and WrestleMania moments and even met his wife in WWE. He's had so many good moments, so many more good than bad moments in WWE, but still chooses to feed into the flames. That is tribalism in WWE, and whether or not he actually means it or not, whether or not this is how he really feels about WWE or not, it's really not for me to say. That's his business, and I'm not saying it to throw shade or throw disrespect at Ricochet and Will Ospreay. I'm just saying that for them to feed into the flames that is tribalism in pro wrestling does not help. It only makes things worse when it comes to tribalism in professional wrestling. When you look at someone like Adam Copeland has done the complete opposite and has stand up and say how negative, how toxic tribalism in professional wrestling is. I've always been a fan of Adam Copeland, also known as Edge. And for him to do the opposite and say how bad it is, it's very cool of him to say. But that's all I'll say when it comes to tribalism in professional wrestling. There's plenty of room for everybody to love what they love in professional wrestling. And I think that's more important. And that is what we should be focusing on, that we all love professional wrestling. And there's plenty of room for all of us to love what we love. And let's stop the tribalism in professional wrestling and just enjoy and love what we love in professional wrestling. And that's all I'll say about that. Moving on, last thing, this coming week, May 24th to May 27th. May 24th, Saturday night's main event. It's going to be a good time. May 25th is going to be a very eventful day in professional wrestling. May 25th, that is a Sunday. You have your choices of NXT Battleground and AEW Double or Nothing, whether you choose to watch one or both, or one now and the other later. You have your choices. That is amazing on a Sunday. I'd say, hey, enjoy yourselves, especially on Memorial Day. Have a good time. For Memorial Day weekend, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. That's going to be a hell of a Sunday. May 26th, Monday, Memorial Day, is Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And then May 27th, we close out this takeover in Tampa Bay for WWE with NXT on the CW network. That will be our fallout show for NXT Battleground, whatever, and what happens. It's going to be an eventful weekend in professional wrestling, from WWE stuff to AEW stuff. So let's kick back, let's enjoy, and have a good time with it. And this has been Wrestling with Rumors. Thank you to all of you for joining me for this week, for sticking around from beginning to end. I appreciate all of you. And I'll be back next week for another edition of Wrestling with Rumors. And stay tuned from Monday to Saturday as I lay out your rumor of the day as well. And I'm Anthony K. Thomas. This has been Wrestling with Rumors. And until next time, don't forget to take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one. Peace, y'all.